Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cullen on Film. We got a special edition tonight. We have another reunion show. This one's on the short film Accursed Road. If you haven't seen it, I posted it on my Facebook, or if people have not watched it in a while, you can go check it out. It's on YouTube now for free. And we're just going to go around here and introduce everybody and say your name and what you did on the film.
Tyrell Jason. I was the director of photography and associate producer.
And Emily?
I'm Emily. I was a PA on the film.
Isabel?
My name is Isobel, and I played the ghost on the film.
And Tyler?
My name is Tyler, and I was an actress.
And Eric?
Hey, I'm Eric, and I played the role of Chuck.
All right, so we got a couple more people coming in. They'll come in during the as we go along and continue to talk about it. But it's nice to see everybody here. It's been a long time, and I just thought it would be really cool, especially during this time, for people to watch short films online and then see all these. There's all these other reunion shows on, so why not do it? So why not? It's a lot of fun. So we did this short film called The Accursed Road. It was about 8 minutes long, but it was a crazy night filming. It was pretty much all of you guys were there for one night. A couple of you came back for, a little bit of a reshoot. But,
Reshoots.
But let's talk about the night and how it all got started. You want to talk about cinematography? How we got that set going in the beginning?
Yeah, it was. Shooting in the dark is always tricky, and in cars, lighting a car at nighttime is considered the hardest thing to light.
Yeah, and we got lights for it too, right? I guess
we did. We got lights. That was part of my payment deal. I had to take home the lights with me, which were definitely much needed. I think we didn't have a generator, right? But there was some kind of light blow out, a battery drain.
I think we used a car. Emily, do you remember? We used I remember.
I think we drained something.
Yeah, I remember there being a shortage.
And then his car went out.
Yeah,
so
it's funny because the car goes out in the movie.
It's perfect method.
So, Emily, when you were working on it, and then you came out and you pretty much did everything behind the scenes.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere at night with a couple lights. How was that?
Honestly, it was like a blast because I am usually living in the city, so I got to spend like a whole night in the woods, and like it was a lot of fun. So I was the boom operator and did a few other things, and yeah, it was a blast. I
walked people to the bathroom.
Yeah, I walked people to the bathroom with my light. I warded off the bears, just in case. There are bears in West Jersey, so.
Yeah,
that is. We were in West Jersey, right?
I believe Northwest. Yeah,
that's where
Northwest. Yeah.
Kept just driving north. That's all I remember.
Yeah,
we were deep in there.
It was pretty far.
We were.
I'd like to be there now to see the comet.
Well, Isabel lives right up there, right, Isabel?
Yes, I do. I live 15 minutes away from where we shooted. So, yeah, I got to see the comet. It's really nice. It's really pretty.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Could you see it with your naked eye up there?
Yeah, you could. You could see it. And then if you got, we had binoculars and a telescope, so it was clear, but it was pretty cool. You could take pictures with it with your camera, and you made it out, so it was pretty cool.
What area was that? What part of New Jersey?
We're up in Sussex, up north in Sussex County. So that's where we did the shoot, and that's where I live.
And then, so you're all used to that. I know a bunch of us came from either down here or New York and weren't used to being in the middle of nowhere in the woods.
Yeah, it's kind of funny when you guys all came up, and as it started getting darker, and there were a couple coyotes out and the foxes, and they started howling, and everyone kind of, who's that?
We were freaking out.
Funny. Yeah.
What was that, 4 years ago now?
Man, yeah.
About 4 years, right? 4 years? 2016, I believe.
Oh, I know we did the reshoot with Tyler. That was in 2016.
So why don't we talk to you about that, Tyler? Remember, we did the main thing, and then we had you by yourself.
Yeah.
Pretty much the end shot there. So that was a totally different location, right?
Show. Yeah. That was Bridge.
I think so. So that was a
Old Bridge.
complete
Larry made it.
location.
There he is.
Dark. So, Larry's there. Tyler, what'd you think of that going from way up north and doing that shoot with everybody, and then just doing the single shots?
Yeah, so definitely it was a really great crew to work with. All the actors were really nice and fun. But having them to work off of in the beginning and then, having to do the reshoot with nobody, I was just trying to remember, what the scene was before and, my actions in that scene and trying to reshoot that. It was a little bit challenging, but it was definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was very dark. We had like no lights then right there at that point in the end. If you watch the end of it,
Your headlights.
just my headlights is about it. We had one light. That was about it. But that was the purpose of it, though.
Right.
And then Eric, you in the car every time we go to a film festival, every single film festival, the one line that you give about New Jersey, the place erupts in laughter every single
Kills
time.
it, huh?
He kills it every single time, every fest.
Well, it's because it's the truth.
we were in what state was it where that line, and everyone just kind of looked at each other and go,
Yeah.
is that true about New Jersey?
Yeah.
And
I
it is.
had it in Atlanta it was a packed theater, and then that line just came and the place erupted with laughter.
Makes sense.
But and then everywhere played in New Jersey, people cracked up. But even when we did Hang On to Your Shorts, but everyone was pretty drunk at the time too.
Oh my gosh. I think I was just hungover.
And we got Larry and Michael that just came on. So this is pretty much almost everybody in the cast and crew. So Larry, what have you been doing with yourself there? You got on, huh?
Yeah, finally did. Computer, of course, on updates while turning on. So good 20 minutes of a countdown.
Now you produced the project. You were there for the whole thing, and so you want to give a little overall summary, little quick thing about it all. Turned out all right, but it was a little crazy in the beginning, right?
I mean, I just remember that I was running the lights, powering them off the car,
Mm-hmm.
and then at one point it drains the battery so much on the car that it started flashing.
That's what happened.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
And then hearing a baby crying in the woods.
Yes, that was a little freaky. Isabel was probably like, it's not a big deal, and we're all freaking out.
Yeah, it's just the coyotes.
Is that a real ghost? That's what I thought. But
It was a ghost baby.
and we got Mike. Mike, you're up there. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can, but I'm trying to switch to a better equipment. But yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, cool. Cool. But anyway, but Mike, you were there for the one day, and then you kind of went in the Army. So you were there. We had to shoot around you there.
What was that, 2016, right? So, yeah, I actually went to Germany a month later for a year.
What was that?
So, yeah.
I was trying to narrow down when we were shooting.
Funny,
exactly.
we can't remember all this exactly.
Yeah, when did you leave? To give us a better time frame.
I left for Germany that year, September. It was mid-September, September 19th, I remember was when I left.
So was it July or August that we were filming? But then we didn't.
I remember August.
August makes sense to me.
So those of you who are there for the reshoot day that we had to do, it was, we had to get everyone. It was so hard to get everyone for that exact day. And we did it then it snowed that day. So we couldn't really do it outside.
Oh, yeah, we filmed in the garage.
We filmed in the garage. Larry, your garage, right? That was pretty interesting.
I liked how it came out, though. I thought it came out good.
The shots look good.
Yeah.
You can't really tell if you watch
It's seamless.
People do not know. They're shocked if you say, yeah, some of those shots are in a garage.
And it was good because then we had the whole environment isolated.
Yeah, it was pretty dark in there, but I remember that day everyone's saying, are we still going to do this? I'm like, yes, this is the only day. It's been months. We have to. We'll figure it out.
Snowstorm that day, right?
Big snowstorm out of nowhere. There was nothing snow before that for weeks, and there was nothing after. It was just that one day. One day. So
I remember being like, oh, is the bus even going to take me out? From Port Authority, I was doubtful that I was going to get on the bus.
I was like, I'm doing this. I don't care. It's going to be done.
Went from the summer heat to the winter chill.
It did.
So what did you guys think of shooting from outside to in a garage? Kind of the same lines.
A lot less bugs. I remember I remember going home and like being just covered in mosquito bites after that
You
summer
were
night.
outside for a lot of it, for like the whole end part there. You were outside, so
Mhm.
definitely.
The part in the garage I found super creepy is Isabel kept popping her head in the window. And then somebody told me she's not even on set that day.
She's not there.
She was there in spirit.
Creepy child.
But we were there, and we shot around Mike there for not being there. So you can tell in that certain shot you don't have a single when everyone else pretty much has a single or the double in the back seat. We kind of shot around that. So I think we did a pretty good job with that, with the editing and everything, and the camera work.
Yeah, no, it looks seamless. You can't tell, that he's not even there.
Yeah.
I did the same thing recently, and I just, threw Duvetine in the seat, big pile of Duvetine for her shoulder, and wrapped a scarf around it.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell.
Couldn't tell. That's the way movie magic right there. So, So, what other experiences do you guys have on set that you maybe want to talk about?
I mean, the garage was definitely better, more control wise. No car batteries drained, no lighting issues in that sense.
So it went pretty quick in the garage.
And
The garage was such an easy day for me. I got hot cocoa too. Like that just really sealed the deal, was being able to shoot in a controlled area and sipping hot cocoa as I'm holding a boom pole.
Doesn't get better than that.
It doesn't. You're living the life.
I don't think we could hardly fit in the garage though. It was like we were really tight, right?
It was a very
quarters.
tight squeeze.
With the car in there, I think it was pretty tight.
A one-car garage.
Yeah, one car garage.
And the film crew.
But we did have a bathroom, so that was good.
True. Supposed to have to go into the woods.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting doing that. I know. So have you guys ever shot anything like in the middle of nowhere other than that shoot there? Have you ever worked in the woods?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of TV shows.
Lots of shows out there in the woods. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with the bathrooms. Do they have like porta potties?
Oh no, they they got porta potties. Or they'd get in trouble.
Yeah.
So I guess it's the union project thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shot, we did a film actually in West Virginia once where I got to actually rappel off a mountain.
Wow.
And we shot that right next to a river. So that was really neat.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
did that from outside there too.
I had a lot of fun on shooting outside stuff, though. I'm kind of trying to work on another type of a horror film that's outside. It's kind of like that with the weird New Jersey kind of thing to it. So
Yeah.
That was originally a little story that I wrote in high school that was based on The Lady in White. So it just kind
There's
of
a feature version, isn't there?
is there.
Also?
Well, there's one called Clinton Road.
No, but don't you have a feature version of
Idea,
this film?
yeah, I do, but it has like all different weird New Jersey stuff in it. But I'm gonna take another piece of it and make another short, maybe.
Yeah.
So
Just
we'll
keep
see.
doing short.
When we did the Cursed Road, so when I met Chris,
Yeah. Oh,
we had mutual friends,
Yeah.
and every person he met, he'd be like, "Oh, I have this film idea I want to do. I have this film idea I want to do." I ended up meeting Chris. First thing he says to me, "Oh, I have this film idea I want to do," and I think I heard it from you for like 4 years.
Yeah.
And then finally, I'm like, you know what? Let's just shoot it. I'm tired of hearing about it.
We didn't have the outside lights for it. Once we were able to get the outside lights to do it, then we decided to go and do it. Right. And then
That wasn't the hardest part. So
yeah. So and then the casting was pretty easy too, because we got we knew everyone that pretty much we wanted to put in it. So I don't know. How did that the characters go for you guys who were in the cast? I know it was a quick thing, but
I really enjoyed it. It's always nice being the sarcastic dude. I'm usually the sarcastic guy in real life, so pretty easy transition.
Yeah, I remember having a lot of fun just when we were doing the interior shots in the car, and I just remember all of us were able to really say whatever we wanted. I mean, we could have any getting to know you conversation because there was no interior recordings going on, so that was a lot of fun. And yeah, so I didn't see the script until I showed up on set.
Yeah,
pretty easy to relate to. I enjoyed it.
You try to make it simple, our simple horror story script with some, but that was, the main point was just to do it. So I always wanted to get that horror short out there, and it did pretty well. It was in a lot of film festivals. And a lot of people enjoyed it. So it had a nice run. So.
Yeah, what festivals? I know I went to, but we went to TNEC, right? Wasn't it the Hoboken Film Festival?
No, it was many years. No, that was That was your Northeast, right, Larry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it also screened a Hoboken in Middletown at that year.
Yeah. But he's getting confused. We did go many, many years ago. The Hoboken was in right? That 1 year.
Oh,
Yeah. You got a best director for that one too, right?
Did I? I don't know. I may have. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that on IMDb.
Is it for that one? Yay! Oh yeah, I think I got that down in Atlantic City.
Oh, Sinfest.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was for a horror. So that was really cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So but it was it's hard to do that kind of stuff for the horror, but it was enjoyed in a lot of festivals. So a lot of it's an 8-minute horror short, and a lot of festivals like we'll take it. So it had a nice played quite a bit. So I was excited about that. Yeah. So what's everybody doing now? If we go around the room and see what's going on there, and how are you dealing with the quarantine, and are you back to somewhat of life, working, whatever? Emily, what about you?
So what am I doing right now? I'm drinking a beer, and I'm
What kind is it? What kind is it? Cheers.
Right now, the anything shooting here in New York is pretty much off. Technically, things were able to start up on a little bigger of a scale yesterday.
Yeah.
But everything would either be in pre-production right now, or they just don't have the capacity to shoot at the standards that they're holding them to. So I'm looking for work. I actually want to shift to. I love the film industry; it's fun, but I'm thinking about switching over to working in craft beer, actually. So
there you go. Well, we know a lot of craft beer people, Ming and I over here a lot. So
it's definitely popular, and it's a growing industry despite the pandemic. In some terms.
There's a lot of them down here, and they are open. I guess you can't really not too many. You can't hang out, but you could go get it. But I was in New York. My cousin Stevie, his cousin opened up one called Bright Eye. It's in Long Beach, and it's open.
Nice.
You can sit there. Yeah. It's really good beer. So
I've been biking over to the local breweries and just picking up a 4-pack.
Nice.
And it's nice.
Yeah, something to do.
Gotta support him.
Yeah. What about you, Isabel? I think you you had school and all this, didn't you?
Yeah. So I was still senior in high school when it started happening. So all our plans got thrown out the window. Missed a lot, senior prom, picnic, our trip. But I mean, it was. I mean, there's nothing I could do about it. So I just kept moving on with it. I mean, throughout the summer, I've been working on my program that I run and getting ready for college. So that's exciting.
Are they going to be open in September?
Yeah, I'm actually leaving the second week of August and driving down to New Orleans, and then I'm there till November. So that's exciting. Wow. I'm on campus, in person. So it's good.
That's awesome.
I'm excited.
It's an exciting time, even though through all this, but hopefully you get to experience that and it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It's such a crazy thing. I feel bad for my seniors. They lost out on all like what you just said. So it's a shame. So we had to do, we do hands-on TV film class, and then all of a sudden I'm doing it online. It just wasn't the same.
Oh yeah, that's.
So yeah. What about you, Tyler? What have you been doing, Tyler?
Well, I've just been working mainly. I've done a few films here and there for friends, but I pretty much dropped off out of the acting scene for probably about 3 years now. So I've just been working on the river almost for 2 years. So that's pretty much taken up most of my time.
Oh, well. You ever think of going back into doing it, or you don't know? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I would always, be interested in doing things with friends because I think that's, more fun when you get to work around people that you enjoy and things like that. So I'm definitely open to it.
Yeah. That's good. Did you ever work with? Did you ever do anything again with the one that you did with the basketball one back in the day? Have you worked with them at all?
Yeah, I have. I did a short film for the guy who did sound on Maggie's film, Jalen Thompson. He was a sound guy, and he actually. I lived in South Carolina at the time, and he actually paid to have me drive up there and everything, and paid for me a place to stay. So that was also really fun.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's great. Eric, what about you? What have you been up to?
I'm probably in the same boat as Tyler. Well, not literal boat, but the whole acting scene. Haven't really done much in the past 3 years, but I'm currently a producer for the NFL for the morning show on NFL Network, and I've been doing that. I got that job probably a week after we shot The Cursed Road, so I've been doing that for 4 years now.
How's that going right now with what's going on? Are they going to do something? Are they practicing yet?
So training camp's supposed to start up this week. I think some rookies reported today, so we'll see what happens. But everyone's guess is as good as mine.
Some sports are starting up, but football is full contact, so it's a little different.
Yeah, that's a tough one for sure.
What about you, Larry? What's been going on with you?
I shot a film about a week before the quarantine started. And
you had a festival too, right? You had a festival like right before, like the day before.
Like 2 days before. 4 days, something like that.
Yeah.
It was the last festival before the quarantine, and then quarantine hit. Every festival of mine has been postponed.
Yeah.
No filming. I'm master of nothingness.
But are you doing any festivals online, or are you going to wait?
No, I've basically been pushing everything to keep them all alive.
Mm-hmm. Now in New Jersey, it's not really open yet, but in New York, it's over 50% in some areas open.
I think on Long Island it is, and
Westchester area.
I support that though, the wait and push the wait for it to be, rather than because all these festivals going virtual, but that kind of takes away, a big part of indie filmmaking is meeting people and collaborating with them. So without, having that face-to-face experience, just screening online and not actually meeting people kind of takes a lot away. So
it does.
That's my thought.
Support the the waiting until we can all conjugate again and
I hope so soon. But
watch
now it just keeps getting
together.
pushed further and further away.
As a filmmaker, I mean, I love, I'll watch the audience more than I'll watch my film in a screening scenario. So, I mean, online.
Are people really watching? Are they watching the films online or not? Who knows? You never know.
Yeah, and then also it means you can't have your red carpet interviews. You have to red carpet. You can't have after parties.
Ceremony.
They're a lot of fun doing that. That's the best part. The party's my favorite part. So, Mike, what have you been doing during this quarantine?
I am not quarantined. I am actually very much gainfully employed, working for the coronavirus right now. I am.
He's working for it. Sorry.
Working for it. You're pushing it.
Promoting it.
So. I got out of the Army Reserve shortly after I came back from Germany. I'm now in the Air National Guard, and I was activated back in May for taking part in the COVID-19 mission. So I'm basically home deployed, for lack of a better term. I work here on Long Island. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually a pretty good gig. It's coming to an end shortly. I'll be coming off orders next month, and then I'll return.
Start up,
and then I return back to civilian life until the next mission.
Maybe by then we'll get some more films and more stuff like that. You were say you were podcasting for a while there, and
yeah, I was. The show, I won't mention names on the air, but no, I left the show recently, and I'm trying to work on something on my own, so stay tuned for those details. But no, I wasn't really feeling it anymore. The material that we were covering really wasn't the kind of material I wanted to talk about, and it was like the producers, one podcast became like 5 different shows, and I said, just pick one show. So yeah, God bless them. Good luck to their future endeavors, but I'm not part of that show anymore. But I am hoping to
start up
my own show. Yeah, and this is my first time being on the air since leaving, so this is
awesome. Good to have you on. And what about you, Darren? You got a lot.
Yeah, well, like Emily's
going
boat,
on
I mean, New York is pretty much, a dead zone as far as shooting goes. I've talked to some friends out west in LA where they opened up. They said they're about to close back down again. So I know, mainstream has been very tough, but I've kind of been hoping that opens more towards like, independent side, with more opportunity, to do your own thing and break away from, the mainstream industry. And, I've been doing my own stuff, taking the time to, catch up on editing. I wrote two more shorts, 2.5, I guess. I got another one that I started writing, haven't finished. But luckily one of them I have casted already and looking to shoot that in the near future. Luckily enough to find some people that, haven't been too worried to come outside. Another short I've been trying to finish. Unfortunately, one of our last shoot days fell right when the COVID spike hit for New York. And, a lot of the actors didn't feel comfortable, didn't want to come out. And also, from that, people have left the city. So, some of the cast members are no longer in the area, don't really plan to come back anytime soon with everything going on. So, it's definitely been a struggle, but, you take the pieces from, how other places are doing it. And, in preparation for the shoot, I know we got tons of hand sanitizer, masks.
Yeah, right here.
Everybody.
I got plenty if you ever need anybody. I got truckloads of it, literally.
Yeah, right. I got truckloads coming. Yeah. We better talk now. But
and I can say for the record, I don't know about anybody else. I don't miss living in New York City for 1 second at all. I don't.
Yeah.
Is that based off the COVID or?
I love it.
It was like
Bushwick.
How is it right now, though, Emily? With all this going on, is it a little crazy? Nobody outside.
No, not at all. Honestly, sometimes, at the beginning, I was just like, oh my God, people are just, hanging out in huge groups. And, you still see that now. A few weeks ago, before the playgrounds opened, people were helping their kids over the fence to play on the equipment. And I'm just like, guys.
Have you been to Astoria?
Well, yeah, Queens.
Oh my gosh!
They got 3 bars closed because it's so crowded.
They're dancing on their cars. They're treating it like their home.
It's absolutely insane. A friend of mine lives not too far from there, and she'll hear it because there's drag racing that people will go out to watch, and so she'll hear the drag racing. I went out there. I went over in that area just to be at a friend's house, and I didn't see any of the craziness, but there are certain areas that are just
Steinway.
Absolutely
Go over Steinway, and it's nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's I've seen crazy pictures in Lower East Side and even Hell's Kitchen area.
And I don't know if it's official, but it seems that New York has a banished open container law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically,
in New Jersey.
I walked up
the bars. Yeah. The bars encourage you not to drink on the street, but they're wink, wink. We know you're gonna do it. Just don't do it right in front of.
I realized that a couple of months ago, or a year ago.
Yeah. They the police aren't giving out tickets for open container.
No.
And but they sometimes the businesses, if you're in front of a business and if a jerk neighbor wants to call 311 on you, which has happened to a few places near me, where they're calling 311 on 9 a.m. on a Monday where the bar is not open. Literally there's not a soul in the place. And they're just I see people outside drinking. And it's just no, that's not, it's not happening.
Places
it's not happening, Karen.
Shut down. They kind of enforced a strict 11 p.m. closing.
Yeah.
for a while. I think now it's not as strict, but for like a while, a couple places shut down. And I remember I was out eating, and they're like, "It's about to be 11. We're closing. Finish up and go." Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they give you everything in to-go cups, and like they have like these pouches that look like IVs. Have you
Yeah.
seen the IV bag?
Yeah. I've gotten countless drinks in those.
Yeah.
And now my friend surprised me with a mask that has a straw hole in it, and like you just like, boop, and then it's really bringing my drinking fun times to the next level.
So Tyler, how is it by you? How's it all this going on by you?
I mean, honestly, it really hasn't been bad. Nobody really, I live in West Virginia right now, so nobody really comes there. It is weird, though. We have seen a lot of, out-of-state tags come in around the state parks, but nothing really got shut down, but for maybe a few weeks, a month, and now we have a mandated mask order, so everybody's all not wanting to do that, but, I mean, honestly, we haven't really had too many issues with that. So, I mean, we've been lucky in that regard.
Yeah.
You guys didn't have a mandated mask order previously? Like they just came out with that?
No, I'm just walking around without it. Honestly, the only place where I live in my county was a nursing home, and I think we had like 9 cases in that nursing home.
Yeah.
And that was it. So.
Wow.
Lucky.
Your state was the last state to get COVID, I remember.
Yeah, it was the last state to get it. Yeah. Eric, where are you? Where are you? By you, is it okay?
No, I'm still in North Jersey, so
It's pretty bad there, huh?
yeah. I mean,
Well, it's better in New Jersey than places.
it's
Now.
surprisingly better than a lot of states right now. So
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's just made out to be bad.
I was in Westchester and Long Island, and they were fine. They were fine.
And Westchester was originally,
that was the hot stuff.
Was like,
was
yeah,
it,
the
yeah.
center point.
So I went there. I was there, and it's fine.
I was a few towns away. I remember they put in a state of emergency for like a mile square radius of New Rochelle. I
Yeah, they
think.
tried to contain it.
Yeah,
It didn't really happen.
that was like the last week I worked on anything, and then that was it. Everything.
There's gonna be like
went down.
once this is all over, there's gonna be a million COVID movies coming out.
The show I was working on.
just
the director actually bailed on the last day of shooting. She was from LA, and she just jumped on a plane. We were supposed to shoot on a Monday. They said, let's do a Saturday instead and just wrap out. And I showed up Saturday, and they're like, we're wrapping. The director left. She jumped on a plane last night, and then the DP followed.
I don't blame her. Like, things were so crazy here, and like,
yeah, no one knew too.
it's just, and basically like how my like week was like I was booked out for the next like 2 weeks. I went into work and everything was just so ominous, and it was a show I've never worked on before, and it was a style of show I've never worked before. It was like a show that would be shot in front of a live audience once a week, and so like we were shooting like 23 pages that day. Freaking insane, honestly. And but everyone was just like, we're getting our permits pulled like by the mayor's office because this is too many people.
Yeah.
And background were being sent home because they were working on shows that had shut down because they had people who tested positive for COVID. And it just was such a weird day. And then midday I got a call saying that like all of my work was canceled
And that,
for the next week.
in March then? That was March?
Yeah, that was the second week in March,
Was it
and
like
then
the 14th or 15th, probably? Because
it was the 12th. The 12th. Yeah, the 12th was my last day of work.
Oh, no, I went until the 15th was the last day, and that was the thing. We were production. We were up, like I said, by New Rochelle. We were in White Plains, but we were going in. We were supposed to shoot in Manhattan the next week, and that's what they were worried about was permits getting pulled from Manhattan.
Are you guys union though?
Yeah. Was
it union? Oh wow! I know some people finished out the week, but
we did
everything I worked on.
The director had left, like I said.
Yeah.
It would have been that Saturday, and we just wrapped out.
Hopefully things will get moving soon. We'll see. Hopefully soon around here anyway. I know they're getting started, so getting ready. So maybe that will come around.
Hopefully, yeah. I've heard a lot about guidelines, and I think the new Jurassic World is like the first thing.
Yeah, I think they're filming
from what I heard
somewhere in London or something.
They have two. I think they're shutting down. They
Yeah, they're back.
two crew members tested positive.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard they shut down already.
Don't
Yeah.
know. What did you think? Like that's what I was just saying before. You know, I got a friend in LA, and
Yeah.
I saw that they were shooting commercials, and I was like, "Oh, what's up? You know, it's dead over here. How's it over there?" And he said the same thing. You know, they're about to shut back down.
Well, hopefully it will end soon. And then I feel like this COVID's been lasting as long as I had to wait to do the reshoot. That took a long time.
Yeah, that definitely sucks. Especially, you know, like I have my own production that I'm in the middle of, and that got pushed back, and
You have to wait a long time.
it sucks when you're right in the middle like that.
Yeah.
You know, or
Well,
Yeah.
Terrell, I told you on that. There's a way to shoot with just 2 actors.
Yeah.
That scene, like you just have that one scene you can get away with.
yeah, there's just a problem though. One of the actors needed has left this
gone.
whole this whole region.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to rewatch and see how to shoot it with 1 actor then.
Yeah.
I came up with something, and I
Okay.
got someone else, and then
Oh.
something just happened there. So, but I'll fill you in.
There's some noises going on in here. Oh well, maybe it's
I think it's Isabel as a ghost again.
yeah, it's the ghost is coming here. Yeah. So going back to the film, have any of you have seen it at all lately or remember it? Have you watched it? I put it up on my Facebook. I put it on YouTube for free now, so anyone can go see it. So at any time,
I remember.
I'm definitely gonna go ahead, Larry.
watch
I was
it.
just saying, I remember the sign that we made out of blood. Like I chiseled the wood from a log.
Yes.
The wording in blood. It was like "Evil lives here."
Yeah.
Forgot it on set. So like
Yeah.
in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
We were driving away and we were just like,
Oh well.
the sign. Oh well, that's perfect.
You knew we were never playing it again.
But then it's funny because that also gets a lot of laughs when Eric looks at the sign and it's this tiny little sign that's in blood, this tiny little thing. It does get a lot of laughs, and people have asked in Q&A about it, and I'm like, hey, you know, it's kind of just a little joke from horror movies, you know.
You're gonna find it on eBay.
Wasn't one of your sisters planning on taking that for their wall? I forgot which one.
I know.
Yeah,
Right?
probably Maggie, the littlest. 'Cause Reign of Terror. She's evil, so.
It's gonna end up like the shoe from that Reese Witherspoon movie.
It's out there
When
somewhere.
She throws the shoe off the cliff, and the guy hiking found it.
Yeah.
He's like trying to get her to autograph
Trying
it
to
or
get-
something. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's
It might
funny.
be someone might have it. It's out there in the woods. But yeah, so that was an interesting bunch of hours in the middle of the night shooting. But it was summer at least, right? So it was warm. But
Thankfully not as hot as it's been now.
yeah, I know, right?
we're
It's
in a
really
heat
hot.
wave for sure.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, we had a hailstorm.
So also when we played the film in front of people, they like the ghost, they like the last shot or like when she pops up. So you got to scare a few people, Isabel. Like,
Yeah.
actually, sort of. I remember the bright side. They said in the bright side they were kind of freaked out. They were like, it was pretty freaky.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you definitely played an awesome ghost for sure.
Mission accomplished.
So I try my hardest. It's not every day I get to, express my inner terror ghost side. You know what I'm saying?
Would you say that was like one of your favorite roles you've played?
Absolutely. Come
Yeah.
on. What role? Who would turn down a role where you don't got to say anything? You just got to stare.
Scared.
Look.
Yeah, Brian O'Halloran saw it at the bright side, and he was mocking me because you had socks on.
Yeah. It was dirt. There was gravel. I didn't just late at night. Couldn't see anything.
Like,
You didn't commit.
Risks.
Hey, ghost feet get cold too.
Yeah.
I was like, really? That's what he's got to like
Well, yeah,
rip on me
ghosts
about?
are cold all the time.
I know, right?
right?
He's got to rip on me about the socks. Yeah, so he was giving me a hard time about that, just messing with me.
That's funny. That's
Yeah. But yeah, it got some really cool stuff, and played with a lot of cool horror films. But we got a lot of good feedback on it for what it was.
Got to hang out the back of a pickup truck.
Yeah, I got
We
the
filmed some of the
that was a really
driving
cool shot when you guys were in the car and then we were up on the pickup truck. Who was there? Just me and you were in the pickup truck. Larry, were you up there
Me and you
too?
in the back?
Um,
Larry might have been in the cab.
Were
long
you
time ago.
driving in the car?
I think you were in the truck. Me and Chris were in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
remember.
Isabel was in the truck. From what I remember.
And then you guys, that's a really cool shot. And it was all the beginning as the car's driving throughout. So
I
That's what-
remember the flying catered service of animal crackers provided to us.
Yeah, and then I know that was funny because I was like, I'm gonna get all sandwiches at Wawa, and there was no
There was no Wawa. I was so
Anywhere.
mad.
So we were chopping on those animal crackers.
Oh my god, Chris.
Emily, we had Wawa
I
at 4 in the
was-
morning.
I was
We
about
ate
to write
Kazoo.
you out of my life. Then I was so
Wow.
mad. I remember that now. Now I'm still mad. I forgot.
Sandwich.
I'm supposed to hold like a grudge against you.
everybody. I'll give I'll have to buy Wawa sandwiches for everybody.
Yeah, you still owe me a Wawa sandwich.
forgot about
No,
that.
I think I bought you one once because I was like, here
Well,
you
didn't
go.
you-
No, I swear.
In the
I
contract.
I
Copy
think
credit
they're-
and
used to
zero
eat her with
provided.
Wawa sandwiches.
I could have sworn I'm like, here's your Wawa sandwich at another film sheet.
I
that I owed
thought
you.
Larry and Emily went to Wawa after the shoot.
It was like 4 in the
I think
morning.
we did, but it was
yeah,
like,
4 in the morning, and
did we? I
Yeah.
remember.
We were
Yeah,
all
we did.
I couldn't find.
'Cause I think we were both just starving as well.
I
Like,
got lost. Going home, I got lost. It's pitch black. I was starving. So yeah, it was
I fell asleep and then just woke up and I was home. It was weird.
really.
When that happens.
So that was the interesting part. But I was like, "There's no place to buy food around here. What is going on?"
That was not thought out well.
I just didn't know. But it was just cool to shoot, like, because usually we'd shoot something like that around my area, and there's woods and everything, but it's just not the same as being like surrounded by all that out there. So it was a really cool location, I thought.
Yeah, it's good to go to new places. Good for the psyche.
But it's really cool to go and shoot like that, like another film that they did, Clinton Road. They actually filmed on Clinton Road. I didn't know they filmed on Clinton Road.
Oh yeah.
So if you guys know
New
Clinton
Jersey has
Road,
incentive now. Yeah.
Clinton Road was like my high school. We would always go there.
so I didn't think you could film on
Freak
there.
people out.
They filmed this feature film there called Clinton Road. I didn't know you were allowed to, like, because there's so much non-trespassing stuff.
Mhm.
But they were able to film on that
I'm
road.
sure you go
Such
to
a tight road too. It actually gets a lot of traffic.
It does get traffic.
Yeah, a decent amount. It's also a lot of people like trying to freak other people out. I remember going one day and there was just this person waiting there with like their lights off, and as soon as any car would come by, they'd flash them at you. They know people would just go there for like the gimmick.
It's
Yeah, we
part of
have-
the fun.
We have a road down. That's where I came up with the story. There's a road down by me called Whippoorwill, and it's kind of same kind of stories there.
I think everywhere has a road like that though too. That's
In
what's
high-
good about
yeah.
stories like this.
in
You
high
can
school
relate
we
in
used
some
to
way.
drive ahead and hide in the woods, and then have another car come with some like people in it, and then scare the hell out of them.
Oh, there you go.
So, and like the driver was in on it, so they'd pretend the car broke down.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like where that came from, with the car breaking down in the middle of nowhere, kind of thing. But then if you read Weird New Jersey magazine, they have the Lady in White story, which was basically that. What you do, you drive to a certain spot, radio comes on, it's all old stuff, and then car breaks down, and then you see the Lady in White trying to get you off the road.
Yeah, turn your lights off and then
she got hit by a car there or something coming by for her prom night and died.
Oh, is that the story?
Yeah, something like that. Something. So that's pretty much the real story there. But we'll see. There's a lot of other ones too that I wanted to add in. That's why I like the line where Eric goes, a lot of shit up in the high school.
Mhm.
That line there, because there's this whole other story about this high school that's all screwed up. And Mike and I actually went to that area where I was going to bring that. Remember that in Lambert?
I do, yeah. I think that school got torn down though.
Yeah, we got pictures of it when it was still kind of remember there, and then they took it all down because too many people were going there, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, and I guess the township finally said, "All right, we're gonna keep the riffraff out. The only way we're gonna do this is we got to blow this place up."
Yeah, it was freaky though. It was like
It was, yeah.
it was really freaky. So it was really cool photos that we took, and then
Now it's a dog park.
yeah, it's pretty much. But
is it really?
it was
I
a
made that
burn,
up. I don't know.
Probably.
burned down high school. It was a burned down high school.
Yeah.
So
I would imagine they would turn it into something recreational area. Who knows?
I'm down for a dog park.
See, look at that.
forget the hauntings, forget the ghosts, just dog park.
Until the dog park becomes haunted, and then
Actually, I was going to do a film about a haunted dog park.
There were still plenty of abandoned insane asylums in the
Yeah.
tri-state area.
There
And
are.
they seem to tear those down.
Thanks, Reagan. There are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're cool to film in, so so maybe that's going to be another one in the future. We'll see. So I know it took a long time to come out when you guys filmed the first day, and then we had the reshoot a long time after, and then we did the other one, the other shoot with Tyler, and then the editing process took quite a while too. We had to wait along on that before it came out, and then I was able to share you guys the film. But do you remember how long that process was, like from we filmed to like when it was actually done? Was that like over a year? Do you know, Larry?
Was a good year.
I think it was like 11 months.
Yeah. That for a short film, I was getting a little antsy, right? I was getting like, come on, let's do it.
Yeah, given we did features, that the turnaround was what, like 4 months?
Yeah, that's true. So, but and then a couple of you guys worked on kind of a couple of the features, right, as well that we did.
Yeah.
Eric, you were in the one feature.
Yeah, Death at a Barbecue.
Yeah,
That's how I met Larry. That's how I met all you guys.
Was that your first one, Emily?
That was my first one. Like a picture actually just like popped up on my Facebook memories of me holding an umbrella and then fanning Larry.
That was
became best friends.
I photoed that for some reason. I forget. I guess I was taking photos on set, and I remember taking that picture.
Yeah. No, that was a fun day. I met a lot of cool people, and it was a blast. Or like a fun 3 days actually. I think it was a few days that we filmed.
It was a 4 day. 4 days.
That was the wraparound film. That was just the wraparound there.
Oh yeah, we crashed the drone into the tree.
Tyler, were you in that one? Were you in the barbecue one at all, or one of the stories, or that? No, you were in the Outbreak, right?
She was supposed to be in the.
I think I was in one of the short stories. One of those. Yeah.
And then, so that was that an Outbreak one, Larry?
No, she was in. So she was in Into the Outbreak, and she was also in one of the shorts that was supposed to be in Death at a Barbecue.
Oh, and it wasn't in it. Wasn't.
No, we ended up swapping it last minute.
Oh, but it went out there as a short then.
Yeah, it went out as a short. It screened at a handful of festivals. There's the one where she was bloody in the bloody.
Real bloody. I remember the blood. You remember the blood?
I love that one. That was fun. I had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, I just rewatched it like last month, and I was like, Tyler was so good at this. That's all I could say about that film.
Yeah.
I rewatched that one recently too. The what was it? Into the Outbreak was the last one.
I guess.
Well, that was also
Yeah, I mean, just the relativeness to now. You know?
I know, right now it relates.
Speaking of outbreaks.
Outbreaks. How about this?
Someone saw it coming.
So Tyler, we bloodied you up. We made you scream to death, running in the middle of nowhere in the dark.
We had you stabbed by your best friend.
Yep, all the good things that can happen in a horror movie happened.
Oh, that was all in a rom-com, I thought.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and working with those people. And I think your fake blood looked really good. I was really impressed with that. You have good makeup artist skills.
Yeah, he's really good at the blood stuff and that stuff. Yeah, makes it looks really cool. Eric, when you were in Death of Barbecue, I forget, was your character kind of like the same? Is that why I was like,
oh yeah, very, very similar.
I was like, you'd be good for this part.
His and Kelly's dynamic was
and Kelly's in that too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and their dynamic was the exact same as it was in Carter.
Yep. Just the back and forth.
I was filming it going like, these guys would be working. It would work. So
that was actually exactly why you cast them.
Yeah, that's why. It's funny to remember things like that and go back in time, see that. And then Mike and I, we worked together for a long time on different things, right?
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I'm not working is because I don't work unless you employ me. So,
well, we did some things a long time. You used to do a lot of theater. I mean, I remember.
That's one thing I miss.
Yeah,
I miss theater.
So he did John Proctor a long time ago, and it was really, really crazy, really good.
I did. I actually I went to Salem, Massachusetts for the first time in God knows how many years, just last October, and I totally forgotten about that role. Yeah, I'd totally forgotten that I played that role until that particular week. I had to be there for a work engagement. And yeah, I felt the spirit of Proctor again.
Yeah, that was a good role. It was a lot, man. That's a lot of talking.
Yeah, I don't know if I could play that one again because I've been out of the game so
Yeah.
long. But I'd like to do theater again.
Yeah. So, well, while we're still going here, I want everyone to get a chance to promote stuff since we're out there on the internet live right now, and we'll be on YouTube soon after on Cullen on Film on YouTube as well as SoundCloud. So I want everyone to get some promotions of some upcoming things. If you want to promote anything that you have, some websites or any other films you want people to watch and things like that. So why don't we start with over here in the studio with you?
So I have a short that the only person else here involved is Larry. We were working on. I think we haven't had an official title yet, but I think we're looking at Bad Trip. We have 1 day left to shoot. We just haven't really locked it in because of obviously, the whole COVID thing. The Bullet is finally completely done. Emily was AD on. Yeah, you were. Yeah, it's officially finally done. We were gonna start submitting. I said hold off till next year because I said, personally, like I said earlier,
You don't want to do the online.
Right,
I
yeah.
don't want to do online festival. Want to do, meet face to face. So
What's the difference waiting 5 years instead of 4?
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's gonna be. I'm hoping, if everything pans out this coming year, that it should be playing around. Be awesome.
Is there
That's
any
done.
thing where we could see some of your work? Any websites? Do you have your own website that we can?
My website unfortunately is down.
Oh man,
it's something I gotta get going. I have my reels on YouTube.
Yeah, where can you see that?
Tyrell Jason Films on Facebook. If you just YouTube Tyrell Jason Reel, that'll come up. Eat Sleep Film on Instagram has a lot of my stuff from there. That's usually where I post most of the stuff. And I think right now that's really all you can find it. I have a short film, The Other Side of Love, that Emily, Larry, and you were in.
Oh yeah,
also.
I was in that one.
That I'm working on getting on Amazon.
Cool.
So there's been some hurdles with
Yeah, it takes
post
a little
captioning
process.
and things.
Yeah,
I think they've been a bit behind also with
yeah.
COVID. I don't think their in-house people have been there as much. So,
but yeah, that's
but
the
that should be on
hardest part,
Amazon too, under the short film category.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, hopefully my website will be back up soon. I should get on top of that. If and when it does, it'd be TyrellJason.com.
Awesome.
But like I said, if you search my name and Reel on YouTube, you'll find that and some other projects and things.
What about you, Emily? Do you have anything you want to promote?
Nothing much. I mean, I'm basically just working on like union projects and TV shows and just like doing that when we aren't COVIDing. But looking to get into craft beer, so support your craft breweries. It's super important. Support local businesses. Follow me on Instagram if you want. I'm Emily Shabanik. It's just that. Yeah.
Isabel, what about you? Do you have anything that you would like to promote?
Yeah, I'm actually the president and founder of a nonprofit organization called the Week in Bag program that I've been running for 4 years now. And every week during the school year, I provide bags of food and hygiene products to students in my county who wouldn't necessarily get those items. So if anyone would like to donate or check it out, I have a website called weekinbagprogram.com.
You got it up there.
Yeah. And we have a Facebook page called the Week in Bag Program. So definitely check it out. And support is always welcomed and appreciated.
Cool.
And it's a 501c3 charity.
Yes, it is officially 501c3. And yeah, it's exciting. We're going to start up in September again, and I have 7 schools this year that have adopted the program with students on it. So we're going to be expanding.
It's really great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hopefully you even get more on there. That'd be great. Awesome. Work on that. And then, do you have any like TikToks or anything? All these young people that go on the show, right, Meg? I have like a younger person on the show. They're like, go to my TikTok.
Oh my God. I'm absolutely horrible with social media. I never stay up to date. So I don't have a TikTok for it. The only social media I have for it is Facebook because I cannot, and my mom runs that. She's really good with Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't understand social media at all. I have Instagram, I post on once a year and that's it.
Oh boy.
I'd like that one. Just like pictures and videos.
I did.
That's
I did
it.
one like
Plain
one.
and simple.
I did one TikTok on one of the students, and I tripped and fell.
Is that up? Can we see that?
I think it. I don't know if the girl kept it up or not. I don't know. I just know I fell. I only got like a few views, so she was disappointed.
That's kind of funny though.
Thought it would be a lot more views than the teacher falling. So.
I mean, TikTok is kind of a blast.
Meg did a TikTok with my students in the studio, so that's up there. It's a lot of fun. What about you, Tyler? You have anything you can promote? What about like any of your other short films online, maybe?
There is a short film. I think it should still be on Amazon called "End of the World Rocks."
Oh.
That is one of the most recent ones that I've done that you could check out. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of drone shots in it that I think are pretty cool. But outside of that, no, I just hope that you guys stay safe and out there and healthy.
Yeah, and how's the boat going right now?
The boat is going really well. This is actually the easiest pitch I think I've ever had. So I've only built tow like 2 times.
Oh,
and
wow.
I've been out for 2 weeks, so that's really not a lot.
What about you, Eric? Do you got anything to promote?
Nah, I don't got much going on right now, but
You have any like old films that we can watch anywhere?
well, if you got On Demand, I was a guest lead in an investigation discovery show.
Oh, cool.
Pandora's Box, season 1, episode 3. You could see me on there as Detective Mike Lensing.
Cool.
Yeah, other than that, I've been doing a lot of writing. So when that stuff gets going, I'll come back on and I can promote that.
Absolutely. So like shorts, feature, what sitcom?
So I wrote a sitcom, a pilot, and working on a feature right now.
Oh, cool.
With one of my buddies, and that's about it going on. If you want to see a lot of photos of my dog, you can follow me on Instagram, Eric James Titus. That's about it.
That's awesome because during this time, so many people are writing, and I've been doing so many different. I'm trying to write, but I got so much other stuff going on. I've been editing a lot.
I'm trying to get a shoot together, but it's tough.
So, what about you, Larry? Got a bunch of things you can promote? Got a lot of stuff coming up, but you don't really.
I have nothing coming up.
Well, you don't know yet. Festivals and stuff.
He seems like a
yeah.
Amazon Prime. You could check out the Outbreak trilogy. You could check out some features. I think I have 11 features.
Amazon. So when you go to Amazon, if they just type in your name,
Amazon Prime Video, and then
you should be able to find it.
Would Amazon do that if you typed your name in? Would it come up with the films that have your name?
It will come up with my stuff, and it will come up with other stuff that somehow has my name.
Somehow, like your name's in it somewhere.
Yeah, and if you
check out Larry Rosen,
now I want to search myself on on Amazon.
Yeah, the other Larry Rosen has done some stuff that will pop up as well.
Yeah, under your name, like you just type it in and like, oh, you did this. No, you didn't do that one. That's the other Larry.
Sometimes they're like, oh, you went to this. I'm like, no, too young for that. And then if you check out, my Instagram. I'm really bad with updating ever, but killer. It's all just pretty much effects work that I've done. L. Rosen filmmaker.
Do you have anything on YouTube?
I'm really bad. I think the last film I put up on YouTube was 6 years ago.
Oh, really? I recently saw, I guess, I don't know, someone was saying something about an interview at Northeast. So I looked it up and I was watching a bunch of the old interviews at the Northeast. So it was pretty funny to see like some of the older ones. And I actually had darker hair. And I was a little bit more bloated with darker hair. It was kind of nice. But even our interview, I watched our interview from when we had Curse Road.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty interesting. That's kind of like I kind of saw that. I'm like, oh, let's do it like a reunion show. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I got some real old interviews from I think Northeast I've seen on YouTube.
Yeah, it's pretty funny to go back. That's cool that you did that and have that because you go way back for like years.
We have from going back to the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could go back 4 years and I could see just like I popped in an interview and things like that. And it's really funny. So
yeah, it's nice to go back and see those things.
Yeah. And Mike, you were around for that when it played at Northeast, so you're actually in the interview as well.
That's right. I do recall that. Isn't that the one where I was asked all these questions? I said, hey, I'm semi-retired from acting. Asking.
But yeah, so you got to do that.
No
So that was a lot of
autographs,
fun.
please.
Well, you have some old stuff. Do you have some stuff playing out there somewhere? Do you have any YouTube or shorts or anything you want to promote? Any websites?
I never saw it, but the last thing that I did, it was a couple of years ago. It was a web series called London, and I don't know if I'm going to assume it didn't get picked up or take off because I was asked to come back for future episodes. It never happened. Or they just said this guy sucks and we have no use for him. We'll just cut him out. It was called London. It was a web series. I think I was in maybe the 5th episode playing, I guess, a racist cop. And I never saw the episode though, so I wouldn't know where to find it. But it was called London, Londyn. It was working with some really good people, though. I do remember that it was fun.
Well, you have a lot of crazy stories about producing as well, don't you? Like from back in the day. So
yeah, I do, and now I'm trying to produce something new. I'm shopping co-producers, I guess. I developed recently an idea, kind of modeled off of The Walking Dead. So my comic growing up, and I only had one, was Dick Tracy. And, I loved the movie as a kid. So now what I'm trying to work on is I wrote a teleplay based on the very first comic, which would be the pilot episode, the very first comic by Chester Gould in 1931. And I had this idea to develop either a web series or, it'd be nice if I could pitch it to Netflix or Prime, where every single story, every comic story would be another episode. So right now that's something that's kind of something I'm toying with. Hopefully it comes to fruition. We'll see.
Awesome. And I guess that's, yeah. Well, I
What
want to
about you?
Me? I don't know.
Forgetting yourself?
Yeah, I talk too much. So I know I'm trying to write. I got some things going on, but it has to get through this pandemic first, and then I'm probably going to be producing a couple of shorts. And I teach, so
I shoot in
know,
case you.
I teach a lot. Yeah, but I do want to write, and I have a couple shorts in mind that we're hopefully going to get going soon. So we'll see. Like
Awesome.
of my own again, because I haven't done my own stuff. I've produced some stuff and done, so I want to do my own stuff. And teaching is takes up most of my time. So the kids, I go to festivals all the time for my students and all that, and they do well. So, and maybe they'll hire me one day after they graduate.
Yeah, never know.
Yeah, that'd be great. So, but teaching's gonna be a little nuts, and we're kind of preparing right now, so we don't know what's going on. So, just got to go with it, So we just got a whole new studio, and I just got a bunch of ordered some new supplies and new stuff. So I'm excited. So that's pretty much it. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming on the show for the Cursed Road reunion. So thanks for
appreciate having me.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna watch it after this. Now I'm gonna.
It's on. Yeah. So
I'm gonna
YouTube it.
Fresh. Yeah, the link's in there.
Yeah. So it's on my it's on the YouTube page. I have it on there.
It's up on the screen.
Yeah. So you got it up there. Cool.
Yeah.
So it's up there on the screen. You can check it out, and we'll also have this episode on YouTube as well as SoundCloud in the next couple days. But you could go on Cullen on Film right now, and the episode is there. You can rewatch it and send it out and share it and have people check it out as well as short film. So again, thanks for everybody coming on tonight. It's great to see everybody. We almost got everybody.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So it's really hard to get everybody, and there's always one person missing. I've seen all these reunion shows on YouTube about like all these great films and all these shows and stuff. So I was like, oh, we got to do it. So that was the point of it all.
Did they get close to everybody, or what do you think? As far as getting everyone?
Yeah. Josh Gad's been getting a lot of people too on his shows. You ever see those?
No.
Oh, great. Josh Gad, and he's got like Back to the Future, Goonies, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's really cool.
That's cool.
But all right, that's another episode. Thanks a lot for coming on.
Yeah, it was awesome seeing everybody.
Great seeing you guys.